The last week of summer is over, but why were these our favourite games in August? Welcome to What's Meeples. I'm Libby, this is Julian, and yes, it's the beginning of another month, which means it's time to talk about what our favourite games were that we played in August. And we did go to a gaming convention.
We did. We went to the Canterbury Games Convention, so we got a chance to see lots of upcoming games. It's quite nice to play lots of kind of smaller games and also some very extraordinarily large games.
Yes, there was a lot of mega games at Canterbury Convention.
Do you have a watch of our video if you haven't yet seen what we are talking about? But why were your favourite this month?
Well, I mean, it's actually quite tricky. I mean, we've been playing a lot of distilled cocktails, but we're talking about that in another video. We went and saw our friends for what we like to call DrakeCon, like a little mini convention between us over in Wales, hence the dragon of that. And so I think I'm going to choose one of the games from there, which is a game that I have loved for a long time. It's been on my favourites list, but we haven't played it in, I don't even know how long. I've played it a bit on BGA, kind of forget the rules a little bit, but it's been, I don't know, 3+ years since we actually tabled it, and that is Bloodrage. Always love a Viking theme, and I mean, this is just so epic. And I think, if I recall, the last time I did my sort of top 50, it was kind of like, do I like Rising Sun most? Do I like Bloodrage most? Haven't played Bloodrage in ages. How am I even supposed to tell? And so it's nice to sort of get those old favourites back to the table and sort of remember why and how you love them. And we had an epic game of this. I mean, no one even hugely doubled down on the low-key strategy. We all had these all quirky strategies. We'd all sort of empowered these different things, the Valkyries, the trolls.
I had a dragon out from the beginning of the game.
Water dragon going there, just, you know, looking menacing on all of the bays that you were anywhere near. And I had got some abilities where whenever I just get defeated, another of my warriors just pops up on the board. So I was, you know, relentless per se. And I think because of that, I had a little bit of a carefree attitude to that. Sure, I'll pillage. I'm not going to win this.
It's fine.
I don't care.
I don't mind.
Other people are going to die, and that's fine. And I'll just be there again, and I can pillage again later. But that sort of managing your rage and what you can do and choosing what upgrades to have when you draft here, just incredible game. And we just had a great game of it.
We really did, yeah.
Yeah, where everyone was kind of going with the fun of it and just exploring what we could. It was hilarious when two of us ended up playing a card where we were trying to get people in to Yggdrasil, knowing that we were going to gain points for every piece that went into Valhalla, but we didn't know that we both had that card, and so we were each sort of trying to pull people into Yggdrasil.
I would say you would cancel each other out, but it wasn't. You were both working for the same goal by drawing the rest of us in.
Yeah, I was like, do you want to, you can come into this battle. Oh, do you go? Yeah, you'll be good.
Well, what else are you going to do with your people? Well,
gaining all these points for these little plots and intrigues. Just a fantastic game, and it just cemented why it's always been on my top list.
Yeah, we played it with Phil and Lisa from My Boxes, and I think Phil said at the end of it that was one of the best game experiences he's had for years. It was just brilliant. It was a brilliant experience.
Yeah, because I was just like, yeah, go on then, I'll pillage again. It was just quite funny.
Now, my choice of game is a little bit smaller.
A lot smaller.
Very smaller. So I had a tricky decision between Hyperstar Run, which I've seen bizarrely obsessed with, and Casinopolis. But Casinopolis is the better of these two games. Now, I've loved Spoolopolis for quite a long time. We've got every kind of specific Spoolopolis expansion you can get. I've not really explored Agropolis and Natropolis or Combopolis and
Naturopolis.
Lots of Opolises. I've only really explored Spoolopolis, but I've explored that almost to a point where it's not as much fun to play anymore. I've just played it too much. So when I saw Casinopolis coming out, and given my love of Vegas, I thought, yeah, let's get back on that train. And I'm so pleased I did, because what Casinopolis does is take everything that is great in Sprawlopolis and makes that better. So just little additions improve it. And they're not excessively complicated or elaborate additions. It's just, rather than just scoring 3 things, the 3 things give you different amounts of points, which then makes you want to prioritise some over others. You're now incentivized to make one long road, the strip, through to Vegas. Which means you do have to start thinking about layout more than you ever had to as Sprawlopolis. More before, it's just nestling things together. Now you need to really focus on building that one big long road. And it's all the great bits of Sprawlopolis. So there is that kind of, it works best. Obviously it's solo. I really do consider it to be a solo game, although you can.
Yes, you haven't welcomed me into giving it a try,
No.
so.
It can play with larger people, but then it feels a bit like a different kind of game, more of like a trying to interpret why someone did that there, and you can start overthinking it. I love the purity of playing it solo. And yeah, it looks as lovely as it ever did, as clean and crisp as it ever did, but just having those new ways of scoring, the new focuses on where you're going to put cards has made such a difference in playing this. And you know, it feels natural because I know Sprawlopolis so well, but it feels exciting and new and fresh. And playing this really has just invigorated my love for Sprawlopolis, which I didn't think was going to be possible because I thought I'd play that to death, really. So I'm so pleased it has. And it has a little mini expansion in there, which can add a little bit more complexity. And you know there's going to be a lot more expansions come with this in the future. And I'm really looking forward to playing them all because this has just been wonderful to play again.
Yeah, what's your favourite game of August been? Have you played either of these two? And what have you been getting to your gaming table? We would love to hear from you.
And obviously, if you're thinking about buying games, a good place to go is your friendly local game store. And for us in the southeast of England, that is, of course, Chaos Cards. But don't worry, don't shed some tears over it. There's no need. There's no need for that, because they have an online store where you can save some money at the checkout by using discount code you'll find down below. And I've almost derailed myself, but I haven't. Let's keep on going. If you like what we're doing, please do consider subscribing to our channel. We post a video right here on YouTube at least twice a week, and we are always talking about board games. It's the kind of thing. Do follow along.
Yeah. We'll see you next month for maybe a less messy ending. Who knows?
But always, thank you so much for watching.
Bye.